Hello, welcome to your practice today. This is a 45-minute slow flow. We're going to be moving around the mat in a mandala style just to really encourage us to connect into the body, unravel slowly, stretch into the hips and the hamstrings, and strengthen through the lower body as well. I really hope you enjoy it. This is really an opportunity to revive the mind and the body. This slow flow is one of my favorite ways of really connecting to body and mind. So, what I want to invite you to do today is not worry too much about what it is that we're doing in the movement, but actually think much more about how connected you can get through your breath and the sensations of the movement. Okay, so when we slow down, we give ourselves a little bit more room to notice. A little bit more room to notice. It's the same if you think of us going through our daily lives. It's so easy to rush from one place to another without noticing what's going on around us. And so, what I am inviting you to do this morning is to slow down just so that you can notice a little bit more. We're turning the volume of the space around us down and turning the volume of the space within us up. We're actually going to begin our practice lying down, but first I just want to take a moment as we sit together, place the hands at the heart. Depending on where you're practicing today, you've probably got up early. So take a couple of moments to land into your breath, into your body. Just notice how it is that you're feeling today. And maybe you just notice something obvious, like feeling energized or tired. Maybe you've got a niggle in the neck or the back where you might have slept funny. Whatever it is that's going on, just notice, just notice. And then we're going to open this practice together with an intention of gratitude. The fact that we are here in these physical bodies, these vessels through which our lived experience is realized. Let's just be grateful, be thankful that we're here able to move our physical bodies. And let's offer that gratitude, the energy of that gratitude to this practice, to this community. When we come together with shared intention, it kind of magnifies the impact. So let's really hold that intention together as a community. Let's take a deep breath in. And let it go, big sigh. Okay, my friends, gently bring yourself down onto the back of your body. So you're going to come to lie down. Your blocks, if you have them, are just going to rest kind of either side of your mat, about halfway down. And you're going to come to lie down completely flat on the back of the body. So we're starting really slowly. Give yourself a moment to kind of land the body, to feel the support of the earth beneath you. Turn your palms to the sky, to the ceiling. Soften your shoulders. Notice how the in-breath lifts the body away from the earth. And the out-breath kind of delivers you back down really deliberately, really softly. The inhale lifts you away. And the exhale delivers you back down. Now this time you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. You can hug it up towards your chest or take it a little bit wider to the armpit and feel that into the hip. Then start to take some circles with the ankle. Circling in one direction, back the other way. Then you're going to take your hands to the back of the thigh, heel extends to the sky, and we're in a hamstring stretch. Now what will happen if the hamstrings are tight is we'll start to peel the shoulders away from the floor. See if you can let them rest down. Push up through that heel. Get a nice stretch through the back of the right leg. And then bend into the knee. Take the left hand to the outside of the knee, start to draw across the body. Now, if your block is there, that's kind of handy. You can flatten the block and just use that to bring the ground a little bit closer towards that right knee. That'll lessen the intensity of the twist. So what we're doing here is just easing our way in, indicating to the body where we are going to go with our slow flow. Let's come back to the center, hug that right knee in. And then extend the leg, take the left knee to the chest now. We start with the ankle rolls. One way, the other way, feeling into all of the pops and the clicks if your ankles are anything like mine this morning. Then take the hands to the back of the thigh, heel to the sky, extend up through the back of the left leg. Keep the hips heavy, the shoulders relaxed. Good. Notice if you point and flex the foot, how that changes the sensation in the leg. And then bend into the knee and gently cross the body. Good, just take another breath here. And then come back through the center, hug that knee in, let the right leg come up to join. Have a little rock from side to side. And then we'll start to take that rock and roll up the spine. So hands to the back of the thighs can help. We're going to rock and roll until we can come all the way up to standing. Maybe you use the hands, or maybe you build enough momentum, but we're just coming into a forward fold. So as the feet touch the ground, separate them hip width apart. Fold forwards, let the head hang heavy, catch hold of opposite elbows. And let's breathe. Feel the breath in the back of the body. Let the weight pour forwards into the front of the feet. Lift up through the backs of the legs. We want to avoid locking out the knees, so keep a little micro bend in the knees. Maybe you flutter the lips, breathing in through the nose, exhale. Good, and then release the elbows. Let's take the feet a little bit wider, turn the toes out, Malasana, yogi squat. So adjust the feet to find a shape that works for you. Send your pubic bone forwards, lift up through the top of the head. Breathe. Good, let's take one more breath here. Release the hands down to the floor. Heel toe the feet to touch now. And slowly push down through the feet as you roll all the way up to standing. You're going to reach your arms up over your head, draw your belly button to your spine. And exhale, bring the hands through the heart center. Close down your eyes. Place the thumb to the sternum. And just drop back into that intention. Good. Just remind yourself what you're practicing for this morning. We're here with gratitude to find a place of connection, to give thanks to our bodies for carrying us through our day, to revive the body and the mind just through connection to the breath and to movement. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Lengthen halfway, inhale. Plant your palms, step the feet to the back of the mat. Take a breath in as you lower the knees, then bend the elbows. Exhale, the chest to the floor. Inhale, point your toes back, lower back is long, cobra pose. Look down the tip of your nose. And exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. So let's just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe it feels good to pedal out the knees. First thing in the morning, the body can be a little bit tight. So just whatever you need to do to help you kind of arrive into this shape. Lengthen the back of the legs, and rather than thinking of heels to the floor, think of lifting up through the sitting bones, lengthening through the spine. Good. We're going to begin our flow, so listen carefully. We're going to take the right leg up, inhale. Look forwards, the right foot steps to the right hand. You can help it through if you need to. Let's reach the right arm forwards, up and back. Now squeeze from your outer hips as you inhale, circle round, come up to a high lunge. Now if you need to adjust the feet, it can help to have them hip width apart. And if the step is a little shorter, you'll find your balance more easily. So take a moment here, draw your lower ribs in. Turn your little fingers towards one another. Take an inhale breath. Release your hands down to the floor. We're going to sweep them all the way along the mat, so you turn to the back. Pivot on the feet. The right hand comes down. The left arm reaches forwards, up and back. And then you drop the right knee to the floor. So now we're in a low lunge. Pick up both hands, lift up through the heart space. Good, so the back toe can stay tucked here. Think of opening up through the front of the right thigh. Good, take a breath in. Release your hands down, frame your left foot. We're going to step back to a high plank. Option to lower the knees or move from high to low plank through chaturanga. Inhale cobra like we did before, or lift the thighs for upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. So every time we're facing the back of the mat, you can stay in down dog or you could drop the knees, take child's pose. We're going to be here for around 3 breaths. So use the breath to feel into the body. Notice this sense of expansion and contraction, this pulsation of your breath in your body. Good. If you're in child's pose, come up to down dog. Use the exhale to arrive. And we do exactly the same thing again. We stay on the right leg. So inhale, right leg rises. Look forward, step the right foot to the right hand. That right arm reaches forwards, up and back. You hug to the midline with the inner thighs, rise up, high lunge. Adjust the feet if you need to. Try to avoid dipping into the lower back. Instead, contain everything, keep the core strong. Take a breath in. Release the hands down to the foot. We're going to sweep all the way around. You come to the ball of the back foot. The left arm reaches forwards, up and back. And drop the right knee to the floor, low lunge. Inhale. Breathe. Lift from behind the heart. Take an inhale. Release your hands. Let's take that vinyasa again. Step the left foot back. Bend your elbows. Inhale, lift through the front of the thighs if you're taking up dog, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Let's do the same on the left side. Inhale, left leg rises. Looking forward, step the left foot to the left hand. We start that circle with the left arm all the way back and around. And then hug through the center. The left knee stacks over the ankle, high lunge. So again, adjusting the hips, adjusting the feet if you need to. Really see if you can find that connection to the ground through the soles of the feet and lift from there. Take an inhale in. Release the hands. Let's sweep all the way to the back of the mat. Don't worry if you get a little bit mixed up. It's very normal. We're taking that big sweep around with the right arm. The left knee drops to the floor. We're in our low lunge. So you're facing the back of the mat. If you've ended up in the other direction, don't worry about it. Good. Take an inhale in. Release the hands down. We're coming through to down dog. You can use that transition through chaturanga. Elbows bend, heart forwards. Lengthen, inhale. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathe. We're at the back. You have your 3 breaths here. Amazing. Okay, if you're in child's pose, gently come up to down dog. Use the exhale. Inhale, the left leg rises. Look forward, step the left foot to the left hand. Move super slow. Inhale, reaching forwards, up and back. Hug in from the hips, reach up, high lunge. Good, breathe. Take an inhale in. Release your hands down. Exhale, sweep all the way along. Remember, you're moving as slowly as you can. That right arm reaches forwards, up and back. Drop the back knee. Crescent lunge, low lunge, lift up from the heart space. Good. Inhale. Release your hands down. We're going to step back. You can always skip this transition and come straight to down dog. Inhaling. And exhale. That's one mandala, one cycle. Let's rise up to the tiptoes. Look forwards and step your feet to your hands. Lengthen the spine halfway and exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale, arms up alongside your ears. Exhale, bring the hands through the heart center. Close down the eyes for a moment. Catch your breath if you need to. I do. Breathe. Good. So how does it feel to notice the energy moving through the body now? As we start to bring a little bit of warmth, a little bit of aliveness, can you feel into that? Feel into the aliveness of your own body. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to add a little bit in. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Move as slow as you can, even slower this time. Look up halfway. Step the feet back either through chaturanga, that's our high to low plank, or come straight to down dog, your choice. Inhale and exhale. Remember, you can modify all of this to suit you, so go as slow as you need to go. Let's take an inhale, raise the right leg. Look forwards, step the right foot to the right hand. Good. Reach forwards, up and back. We're coming up to that high lunge by gathering in, squeeze the glutes, rise up. Good, draw your belly button to your spine. Try to lift up from the armpits so you're making your torso really long. Now from here, engage your right thigh, extend the right leg. We're going to fold forwards, and this is where your blocks or your props will be handy. So they should be ready for you either side of the mat. We're going to take a pyramid pose. Walk the hands forwards onto the blocks if you have them. If you don't have them but you can reach the floor, that's great. Otherwise, maybe hands come to the hips. Belly button draws to your spine. And see if you can keep the weight evenly split between the 2 feet. Good. Take another breath. Place the blocks back where they were, hands onto the floor. Let's continue that flow. Sweep all the way to the back. Your left arm reaches forwards, up, back. Drop the right knee, low lunge. Good. Now here we take half Hanumanasana. So you find the heel of the left foot. Your hips draw back, but your heart moves forwards. And you've got the blocks there ready for you. So we're in the left hamstring now. Try to lengthen through the lower back. Breathe. Good. Release the blocks to the halfway point. Press into your left foot. Frame the foot with the hands. You can choose down dog or move with your breath through this transition. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Perhaps here you take a breath in through the nose and let it go through the mouth. Right leg again. Inhale, reach up. Look forward, step the foot to the right hand, and it's like the whole movement is a wave, this continuous transition. And as you move your limbs through space, it's as though there's kind of resistance in the air around you that slows the movement down. Good. Let's straighten the right leg again. Just for one breath, we fold. Chest is forward, right hip back. And then the hand comes to the inside of the foot. We sweep all the way around to the front. You're doing so well. Reach that left arm forwards, up and back. Drop the right knee. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take it back. Folding over the left leg. Good. Chest is forward. Spine is long. Use the props if you have them. I think a lot of the time we assume that using props is kind of cheating, but actually it helps us to ensure we're supported in the pose. Often it brings us kind of deeper into the body just by having that support. Good, let the blocks go, frame that left foot. We're coming back to down dog, whichever way you want to get there. Inhale and exhale. Good, down dog, take a nice deep breath in. A big sigh. There's an option for a breather here before we move to the left side. So if you want to take a couple of breaths, you could always come down to child's pose. Whatever you need, take that. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Okay, if you're not in down dog, let's come to meet there now. This is our last cycle, so let's take it on the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Look forward, step the left foot to the left hand. Can you slow it down even more? Really deliberate movement. Inhale, the arm reaches forwards, up and back. Gather in from the outer hips as you rise up. Good. Draw your lower ribs in towards one another. Push the ground away with the feet. Take an inhale, lengthen that left leg and begin to fold forwards. Good. You've got your blocks nearby, hopefully, so you can really focus on lengthening the lower back. There's a little micro bend in the left knee and you're hugging up through the left thigh. So rather than just locking out that left leg, it's really supportive, really active. Good. Release the blocks, bend your left knee. Let's sweep all the way around. Reaching the right arm forwards, up and back. You know where to go now. Your body will remember. Reach your arms up. And exhale, take the hamstring stretch as you fold over that right leg. So maybe it feels as though the body is starting to open up. Maybe everything still feels quite tight in the morning. Let your breath guide you a little bit deeper just as the body is ready, no faster than that. Good, release the blocks. Press into the right foot, frame it with the hands. Find your vinyasa or your downward facing dog. We're getting ready for our last half cycle now. Inhale, exhale. Down dog, let's go straight there. Let's raise the left leg, inhale. Look forward, step the foot to the left hand. You're gonna circle that left hand forwards, up, back. We rise up to our high lunge just for a breath now. Good, inhale, lengthen the left leg. Navel as long as you fold. Good, feel into the back of the left leg. Take the left hand to the inside of the foot. We make our way slowly around. Reach the right arm forwards, up and back. Drop the knee to the floor. Both arms lift up. There's support of the shoulder blades behind the heart. And exhale, fold. Good. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Good, everyone. Let's press into the right leg. Frame it with the hands. Move slowly, follow your breath. Inhale to your back bend, shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's rise up to the tiptoes, look forward, step the feet to meet the hands. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And exhale, fold over your toes. We'll rise up to standing to close the cycle. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Good, standing tall. Push down through the soles of the feet and notice how the ground kind of reverberates up through the body. So you get this really strong sense of connection to the ground. Like the muscles are kind of energizing the body. All that lift of energy from the earth is traveling through to the crown of the head. Good. Let's take the hands onto the hips. You're going to take a big step back with whichever foot allows you to turn to the long edge of the mat that's most available in your space. Good. Hands are on the hips. The outside of the feet are connected to the ground. You're going to take the elbows back, lift up through your chest, and exhale, start to fold forwards. Send your hips back and your heart to the space in front of you. Good. Then push down through the feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. This time with the arms extended, take a breath in. Exhale, start to fold down. You'll start to feel the hamstrings. Let the weight come into the front of the feet. Look down the tip of your nose and then push through the feet, little micro bend in the knees, come all the way back up. Good, same again, start to fold all the way down. This time keep going, let the hands travel down the backs of the legs. Now some of you might find your forehead, or the crown of the head rather, comes towards the ground. It really depends on so many different factors. There's no force to get yourself there. Let the weight come into the front of the feet and breathe. Good. The spine stays long. Release your hands to the space in front of you. Come up halfway, just lengthen through the spine. Turn both feet to opposite corners of the mat. Good. Now bring your hands to the hips, push the ground away. You're going to bend right knee, come up to the heel of the left foot. Good. You can use your hands in the space around you for balance. We're going to come up through the center and swap to the other side. Now maybe you notice after the first one, like me, the feet are a little bit wide. So we can come back up, reset the feet, and maybe we can come a little bit lower. Now, depending on the ankle, the heel might want to lift, and that will allow you to get a little bit deeper. When you arrive to one side, you could open up through the upper back, just by lifting the opposite arm. Good, then push the ground away with the foot. Let's take it onto the other side. Good. Open up through the upper back. Good. Let's take one more on either side. See if you can flow with your breath. If it feels good, you can do a few more. Now that you've found a little bit more space. Let's do one more on each side. Good, come back to the center. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer and then step to the middle of the mat. You're going to turn to face the top again, but you're standing kind of halfway from top to bottom of the mat, hands on the hips. Let's root down through the left foot, bring the right knee into your chest. So hug it up like we did when we were on the back of the body. Good. Now you remember we took the hands to the back of the thigh and extended the leg. You can do that here, or you can take hold of the big toe with your two-piece fingers. Left hand onto the hip, really draw belly button into the spine. Extend your right leg forwards. Good. Bend that right knee again. Place the right hand to the hip. Send that heel behind you, warrior three. Good, arms come out like airplane wings. Look down the tip of your nose. Place the hands down onto the floor now, standing split. And then bend that left knee. Step the right foot to the floor. Roll all the way up your spine. Good, inhale the arms over your head. Let's finish it off on the other side. Place the hands onto your hips. Root down through the right leg. Bring your knee into your chest. And try to stabilize through the hips. Take your right hand to the right side for support, or both hands to the back of the thigh, your choice. You're going to energize through the left heel. Shoulders draw back. Take 2 breaths here. And then bend in the knee. Send the foot behind you, warrior 3. Keep rooting down through that standing leg, airplane wings. Warrior 3. Take a breath, look down the tip of your nose, the spine is long. Take the hands to the floor, lift that left leg a little bit higher. Breathe. And then bend your right knee, step the left foot to the floor. This time just bend your knees all the way down. You're going to bring yourself onto your bottom and hug the knees into your chest. Tune into how it feels here. We'll be moving very slowly, but the intensity starts to build because we're really focusing on that very specific placement of our body in space. So notice how the body feels. What can you observe here? Good. Place the feet a little bit further out in front of you. Take your hands behind your back, fingers facing forwards. Roll your shoulders down the back of your body. Send your knees forward as you start to lift your hips up. Draw the shoulders back, open up your chest. You could look down towards your knees or up towards the ceiling. Lift from behind the body, just get that lovely stretch through the front of the shoulders. Good, take a breath in. And then lower your hips down. Let's extend the legs out and roll down onto the back of the body. Hug the right knee into your chest. Good. And then bend the left knee. Place the outside of that right foot onto the top of the left thigh. Then bring the knee in towards you like a figure 4 stretch. The hands can come to the back of the left thigh or the front of the shin. Try to keep the right foot flexed. That will help support comfortable knee. If it feels uncomfortable in the knee, then back out of the pose. It's not worth it. Good. Let's place that left foot down onto the floor. Take the outside of the right foot with the right hand, and we're coming to a half happy baby. So push down through the left foot and just open up into the right hip. Try to keep the left side grounded. So rather than rolling over onto the side, we're kind of rooting down through the back of the left hip. And then place that foot down onto the floor. Bring the left knee in. Take the outside of the foot to the top of the right thigh. And then draw the leg in towards you. Push down through the heel, flex the toes. So we did a lot of work through the glutes, all that stabilizing as we came up into our high lunge. Let's give ourselves a moment to just release the muscles that have worked so hard. This gentle offering of thanks to this incredible body of yours. Good. Right foot comes down, take the left hand to the outside of the left foot. I find this most easy to cross the shin with my left hand rather than take it from the outside. Otherwise you can't get into the hip. So take the arm to the inside of the leg and the hand to the outside of the foot. And then if you start to roll to the left side, really work to ground that right hip. You could even use the right hand. And try to relax that left shoulder and the jaw. Let's release that leg down now. We're going to close with the little sequence that we started with. So extend the left leg, bring the right knee into your chest. Circle out the ankles, another part of the body that just worked so hard in that flow. And take the hands to the back of the thigh, the heel to the sky, shoulders are soft. Push through the heel to flex and lengthen through the back of the right leg. And then bend your knee, take it across the body, find a spinal twist. Come back through the center. Hug that knee up towards the right armpit. And then swap to the other side. So bring your left knee in. Circle through the ankle. And maybe you notice that you have a little bit more space this time round. Maybe. Take the hands to the back of the thigh, heel to the sky, stretch out through the left leg. Breathe. Let's bend into the left knee. Cross the body. Take a twist. And then come back through the center. Hug the knee in. Bring the right knee up to the chest. A little rock from side to side. And then when you're ready to do so, lengthen the legs gently down onto the floor. Make sure there's enough space around you so that you can spread your arms wide, turn your palms up. Adjust the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And a big sigh, let it go. And we come back to that sensation. The inhale lifting us away from the earth, the exhale delivering us back down. And as you land into this final place of relaxation, you can let go of the effort on the breath completely. And it can be tempting to rush off to close the practice without this part. But this is where the magic really happens, that revival of body and mind, this whole practice beginning to kind of percolate through every single cell of the body, resonate. So be here a few moments if you can. And then if you notice the mind wandering, that's okay. Just see if you can let the thoughts pass without attaching. And you can stay here as long as you like. But when you are ready to, we're going to move very slowly, and just maybe wriggling fingers and toes or taking a stretch of the body. The eyes stay closed as you bring your knees into your chest and very gently just roll onto one side. And pause here for a moment before pressing down into one hand. And bringing yourself up to seated, keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed if possible. And find your way to a comfortable seat so the spine is long. And the hands meet at the center of your chest, at this heart space, the center of compassion and gratitude. And we take a moment again of thanks for this body, this incredible body through which we are able to experience the world around us. And by taking this time to revive body and mind, we're offering this nurturing practice as a way of thanking and honoring our body for all it does for us. So take a moment to just acknowledge all of that and all the thoughts and the narrative that we might hold around our body, the way that it moves, the way that it looks. See if you can transcend that for a moment and just give thanks. And then we'll offer that thanks, that gratitude forwards as we make our way into our day in this collective intention, as we come together as a community and offer our practice, the energy of our practice, and that commitment to living with gratitude. Let's take a deep breath in as we offer that up. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining, everyone.